Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CDL podcast channel. In this episode today, we're going to be going over the matches. Brock is back. We're going to be talking about
We're
predictions for the
back.
next matches. If you guys enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. Sadly, it's our last week of CDL action for a few weeks because they go on their holiday break. But again, much rather have them do it this way, where we get to see a little bit of action as opposed to wait until after New Year's to start up.
Yep.
And I know Brock obviously was on vacation; he didn't get a chance to catch a lot of the matches for this week. But this game is awesome to watch. So I'm really excited to talk about these matches. I'm gonna start to pull up the first match. Brad, I wanted to actually look at something quick. Do you have the list of the teams that we all drafted in that early season draft?
Oh, yeah, I can pull it up.
Because I wanted to
Who,
actually
who
do a
do I?
little standings check. Brock, we looked at this the other day and we determined that you're safe.
Yeah. So
I had
Ryan,
D's and Ultra, something like that.
no, Ryan
Oh, I
has
have thieves.
Thieves. Yeah, you
Oh,
have Thieves. Ryan
oh
has
yeah.
Thieves, Gentlemates, Surge, and C9. I have Optic, Miami, Falcons, and Ravens. And
Ooh.
Brock, you have Phase, Ultra, G2, and Breach.
Yeah, so Brock, you're looking
Ooh.
so safe because I
I'm
mean
fucking set.
I might be looking the best because thieves and gentlemates. Gentlemates look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thieves obviously are thieves. We expect them to be good. But my Vancouver pick is looking a little rough, although they showed some promise this weekend, maybe. And then who was my other one? I had C9.
C9.
And
Yeah.
C9, as of right now, looks decently competitive. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
I just feel good because I have gentlemates and thieves. I think they could be in both top three, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And Brock, I feel like you're in a good spot because you obviously have FaZe, who I think are going to pick it up. You have G2, who looks like a surprise team, very good early in the year. You have Toronto, who looks solid, and Boston, who looks like all those guys are going to be in contention for champs at the minimum.
Yep.
Brad,
So you're telling me I'm cooked?
no, I think you could still take out me because like let's say C9 and Vancouver are our bottom two teams. You might
Mhm.
if they have like no points, you might be able to pass me. But it's looking rough because Falcons do not look good, Ravens do not look good,
No, they don't.
Heretics, they need some time to practice.
Yes.
And then Optic obviously are you need Optic to have a blowout first place finish to help you out,
Yeah, I do.
which certainly looks possible. But there's our update on our standing. So let's see, that puts Brad at 20 plus 0, 0, and 0. So Brad is at update standings. Brad is at 20. Just off Optic alone is the only team that he picked that won a match. I'm at 20 for Thieves plus 10 for Gentlemates. And I believe that's it for me. So I'm at 30 because two of my teams also did not win in Vancouver and C9. And Brock, you have 10 from Breach, 10 from Koi, 10 from Minnesota, and 10 from FaZe. So you were at 40. You're in first place.
Let's go.
40 to 30 to 20. I feel like that's how it's going to be is like I'm going to have two huge numbers, then two really small numbers to add up. Brad, you're going to have like the one big number and it's like some mid numbers. And Brock's just going to be like middle of the pack, middle of the pack, middle of the pack, middle of the pack, and just have like a ton of numbers to add up.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. And I'm kind of glad we did it before preseason tournaments because it would have just went really chalk. And now it's kind of funny. Like if we could go back and change some of our picks, I probably I would have picked Vancouver where I did. We probably would have like mixed things around a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, Gentlemates might have ended up being a top two pick, like because of how they've looked
Yeah.
Yeah.
early. Like you never know, they might have gone ahead of Thieves. I probably would have still taken Thieves at two, but you never know. Um, let's jump into the matches, boys. I'm just gonna go kind of in order here. We got the stats on the screen. I'm sorry, I don't have my an ad blocker or anything, but oh my god, there's so many ads on Breaking Point, so there might be just ads playing on the side. But first match, Falcons versus Optic. I mean, not a ton to talk about here. This was a swift one. This was a swift 3-0. Optic completely outclassed them. Um, just a swift 3-0. I don't really have much
It
to
looked
talk
good.
about. Like Optic looked great. Falcons look shaky. I mean, Kismet just looks. They were talking about this on the flank, and it was kind of my thoughts, and I think we all agreed this was what we thought was going to happen. But Kismet looks just uncomfortable.
Yes,
Like
he does.
he looks like he's trying to slow down for his teammates and like set them up because again, Kismet is a very unselfish player. He's a team guy.
Yep.
He's got to be first. He's got to be the entry sub. It's his role. Open up the map for his
Hmm.
teammate. He just looks uncomfortable, like playing this role. This team just doesn't make sense in terms of their roles. Like Opta completely outclassed them
Yes.
It sure did.
here. I don't really have too much to talk about for this match. We'll talk about Falcons maybe more in their other match.
Mhm.
where they at least got a map in, but even then, a little shaky. The second match of the weekend, Carolina versus Boston here. Um, Boston able to take it 3-1. Some closer maps on here. Obviously, Ravens win around 11, 3-2 on the overload. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna take a little getting used to seeing like an 8-6 scoreline in map 3 because I'm just so used to control. It's always 3-0, 3-1, 3-2.
Mhm.
So when I saw
Yeah.
3-2, my brain just reverted to control again. I was just thinking like, oh yeah, they
You're
won
not
3-2 control.
wrong.
I will say I came out of this match feeling like, Boston is kind of who I think they are. Like they're a mid-pack team that is going to be fighting for, one of those last champ spots in my opinion. They're just a solid team. I came out
Mhm.
of this match intrigued by Carolina though. Like I thought Lurks looked really good and has a lot of room to grow. I didn't think Nero looked terrible in his flex role. I thought Crazed looked like there's a lot of potential there, and I think Slasher can be a steady force for this team. Like I came out higher on Carolina than I thought. Like I see potential with this team.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Brock, you didn't see a lot, so we'll let Brad go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought Craze and Lurks looked really good.
Agree.
From watching the matches this weekend, a lot of the rookies, you could kind of tell. Like, there's one match that we'll get to in a little bit that there's this one guy that was like, you could tell he was like, "Holy crap! Like, this is my first map on in the
Yeah.
league," and like Craze and Lurks. I think they looked really good the whole way through. I do want to touch on. I thought Boston looked really good in hardpoints. I just want the map one stats. I think it's hilarious. The two subs had the .78s and the two ARs went crazy. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and they still dominated at least the first hard point, and it was just like if Boston wants to be competitive and they want to be in that champs race, which I think they will be and I think they are, but Purge and Snoopy cannot be doing this in hardpoint, especially. I mean, it
Yeah,
is
here.
Carolina, but like if they play a better team, oh god,
Yeah, it's weird.
oof,
The weirdest part about that is it's Colossus where we've seen subs kind of run rampant. That's the
yeah.
funniest part about that is the fact that they dominated a Colossus, the ARs for the side of Boston, uh, in a map that we've seen ARs tend to struggle on a bit so far. Like it
Mhm.
seems like a sub dominant map. There's a lot of like quick lanes, there's a lot of close spawns, a lot of action. Like I mean, we played like eights with our friends, and you notice Colossus. Like if you're using an AR, you're kind of in hell. It's a lot of close angles, a lot of close
Yeah.
fights. It's tough to use an AR on that map. Like
Mhm.
so, I don't know. I came out of this match, though, Brock. I think when you get a chance to maybe watch some of these matches back, or when you kind of get into this week's matches, you're gonna watch Carolina, and as long as they continue, like they're a team that I'm like, I kind of have them bookmarked. I'm like, this is a team that they're a potential riser candidate this year. I think they're a team that I think I could see being in like 10th post stage one or something, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're gonna like see a potential for a big rise out of them if Slasher can stay consistent in his age 31 season or whatever he's playing at.
Yeah.
Because the thing, like we all knew Craze was a top prospect. Lurks was
Mhm.
more of the question. People were like, he plays fast. I don't know if he deserved to be picked up. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like when Capsidal was initially picked up. You remember when Capsule was picked up, Rock? It was people were like, he's never even finished like top 8 in challengers. Like,
Yeah.
why are they
Yes.
picking Capsule up? And like Zinni was basically like, well, he's a cracked like
Fast
sub.
sub.
He like plays super fast. We've seen his his gun skill and everything, his mechanical skill, and he's got a lot of talent. And it's like sometimes you just gotta trust. Like if you just see crazy snapping ability and crazy talent, just take the risk. Like maybe he wasn't on the best teams in
Mm.
challengers, and that's kind of what we heard about Lurks. And when I watched him this weekend, I think Brad probably agrees with that takeaway. I watched him and I was like, there's a lot of talent there. Like there's something there for
Mhm.
Lurks. He could be a really good player.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I thought he looked great.
and Boston's Boston. We all know what they
Yeah,
are.
Oh,
Like
or Cammy, I heard.
no, he did look really good, but I'm out
yeah.
on ever saying Cold War Cammy again.
Brock,
Um,
I'm with you.
Next match this was my favorite match of the first day, I think. The Thieves phase. Granted, it was a 3-0. The maps were bangers. Like you had
Mhm.
a hard
Mhm.
point down to the wire. The overload was crazy. It was the overtime Abizi 2v4 with Hydra, and Abizi like scored at the
Jesus.
last second. to win it. Like the maps, even though it was a 3-0, they were close maps, and it was the Abizi Simp grudge match, and they were going at it. Simp was shooting.
They were.
Abizi was shooting. Like those two were just like specifically shooting.
Love to see that.
Yeah. Simp looks incredible on this game. He's coming for like his millionth Treyarch or Black Ops MVP. He looks unreal, bro. He's so good in this game. And
Yeah.
the story for this match was obviously FaZe, end up winning their later match this weekend against a good Gentlemates team. But the story for me for this match was like, FaZe just got to get the chemistry up.
Yep.
Just need a little more time together. I don't think 04 and Draza are going to drop 0.7s consistently. Those are two very good players. Felt like people were overreacting a lot to FaZe. They were like, I saw like on the flank people just saying like, this just isn't a good roster. I don't know. Like those are a lot of.
I agree.
Those are a lot of smart COD minds, and I don't understand how you come to that. Like I understand for some of these rosters how you're like, yeah, this isn't a good roster. Like talking about like Falcons, like already, but like this FaZe roster, like I don't know how you can't see the vision for it. Even if you don't think it's a great roster, like you can see the vision. Like entry sub in 04, MVP in Simp, a really good flex in Draza, Abuza's really talented Maniar. Like you can see the formula how they can be good.
Mm-hmm.
Just need a mesh.
Yeah, need more time together.
No.
No.
I looking at the Thieves though. I think a positive for this match from them is the fact that Scrap drops a 0.8 and you win in a 3-0 fashion against a good team.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that is true.
It's gonna be rare that Scrap drops a 0.8. Dude, I think I tweeted a GIF of like the Batman like rubbing his chin, saying "very interesting" after the series, or maybe it was after the other series, because I was like, I don't see any drop Scraps with this 0.8. If that was Kenny's 0.8, it would be drop Kenny instantly.
Yeah, for real.
That is true.
We'll talk about Ken at the next series, but starting off Saturday. Saturday was where I was just trying to watch VOD back because I wasn't able to watch like as much of the last couple matches. I'm thinking of Sunday. I was watching Daniel Jones tear his Achilles. But the first match of Saturday was a weird one. So
I loved it.
Miami versus Toronto. It started out, it was 131-0, map 1 for the side of Toronto, and you could tell, I think this is what Brad was referring to earlier, Trakes looked a little nervous in map 1.
Yes, he did.
He was not shooting his gun. He redeemed himself, though. He started to pick it up in the second half of the series, but that map 1, 11-22, doesn't do it justice. He had 1,700 damage and went 11-22. And I think that might be like better than it looked. If you would have told me he was 6-22, I would have believed you. It was a rough map for Trakes.
Is that bad?
He was shaky
bad.
early in the map.
It was really bad.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get the jitters out. You know?
Yeah. And that's exactly what Zinni said on the watch party. Is like you gotta give these guys some time. Like it's his first map in his debut, and like I completely understand, but like I was scrolling through Twitter, and some people were at Trakes' throat already, and I just don't get it. Like he's a rookie, he's gonna be quaking in his boots. Dude, I don't know.
The beef with these teams. He had Aroma, the guy that like is like the community manager. He was like going at Trakes for I don't even know why. Like, what did this kid do? Like he was just going at Trakes for some reason. But like, I don't know. Like again, I was pulling up the individual maps here. Trakes bounced back. He went 9-7 in the map 2 win. And then the map 4, he was 25-21 with the second most damage on his team, third most damage in the lobby. And then the map 5, he was the only one positive. He was 7-6 in the 6-3 loss. Like, and you could tell, like, not just the numbers, but throughout the series, he started to shoot back a lot better. Like, he looked a lot better. I saw the talent. I saw the vision. Miami, on a lack of practice, because Trakes was, I think, only just able to get into the state. So on a lack of practice and stuff, they, against a good Toronto team, they end up taking them all the way to a map 5. So I see the vision with Miami. Like, I think they're going to pick it up with more practice. And Toronto looked really good.
I was locked in on this match. Mainly because of the Real Trakes thing, and I love Rancor. But like, I will say, I was hyper focused on seeing what Trakes would, how he would respond in the second map. And I'm not gonna lie, he looked really, really good in both searches. He was taking routes, he was playing his life. Like, I mean, just the things he wasn't doing in the first map, you could tell he just kind of calmed down. And I mean, the talent is there. The talent is there. I don't know if obviously he's going to be able to replace exactly what Riel did in his first year, but I think he's talented enough that he could fill those shoes. This match was freaking wild. I'm not gonna lie. After the first map, I 100% thought it was gonna be just a sweep. I thought it was gonna be a 3-0.
Yeah, I did too.
But
I thought it was gonna be
yeah,
a
and then
swift
yeah,
3-0.
yeah, and then with like more practice, I think this Miami team could be actually pretty good.
I do too. I think they're a
Yeah.
solid top 6 team with more practice.
Yeah.
Miami,
hope
Brock,
for
to sum up Miami, I think whatever you thought in your head they were, that's exactly what they are. They're just a solid top 6 team. I don't know if Trakes can be Real, but I saw the vision with Trakes. There's talent there.
Yeah.
When I was watching him, I was like, okay, this kid's a pro. Like he's pretty good. The
If
next
they could've
match,
kept
speaking
Real-
of this kid's a pro, I liked what I saw from Legend in this first match against Gentlemates.
Yeah.
They got 3-0. Gentlemates outclassed them, which I expect. I don't think if you're a fan of Surge, you can be disappointed in the fact that this was a 3-0. This was expected. Gentlemates are looking like a top 2 team, top 3 team right now, and Surge are expected to, be a slower start. I liked what I saw from Legend. The talent, he had a .84 in the series. That map 1, he started out pretty. He had a couple snaps in that map 1 where I was like, okay. Obviously, a little bit lower damage, but he was 25 and 28 in that map 1. In the Search and Destroy, which is typically the biggest learning curve for Halo players because they don't play anything like it. He was almost positive in that. And then, the map 3, he was 18 and 23. But again, like, I saw the vision and I saw his talent. He has a long way to go, and I don't know how quickly he'll get there, but I saw the vision. Gwyn obviously was frying a decent amount there, and I saw the vision with Abe as well. I don't have too much to say on Gentlemates here. Like, they looked good, and Neptune looked awesome, Ghosty looked awesome. My Gentlemates are really good. But I will say I saw a lot of talent on Surge. It's just a matter of can they pick it up quick enough, and can Legend pick it up quick enough. But I'm not like, oh my god, the Surge are just going to be awful this year, and I have no idea what they're doing. Like, the team sucks. I think there's probably a good chance they miss champs just based on the learning curve. But I'm not out on Legend as a pro. I think he can develop. Like, I saw the talent. It's a long way to go, but I saw the vision.
Yeah, I will say one thing I want to see, because I did say that I think Vancouver is going to be really good, or at least put up a good fight in like after major 2, so like major 3, major 4, and I just want to see them week by week just get better every single time. And I will say I saw a lot of improvement from like the preseason tournaments and stuff. I think they've shown a lot of growth. I will say Legend looks like, he looks like a pro, like you said, but he was lost on the overload. His stats don't necessarily show it. He still had a .78, but like, he wasn't making the right plays. He was kind of out of the play for a lot of the times. Just not great positioning, which learning curve. I think, everybody's dealing with that, but I think Legend is trying to focus on learning so many of the game basics that maybe the overload, the new game mode hasn't been able to be up to snuff, where like all these other pros are like, they already know the basics, they know hardpoint, they know search, so then they're just hyper focused on overload, whereas like Legend is learning everything. I think you'll get there, but yeah, he looked rough on the overload. To be honest, Vancouver in general looked pretty rough on overload. But Ghosty, man, this is his game.
He looks
so good. Really good. He looks so good in this game.
I'm gonna pull up the next match's stats, but Ghosty looking as good. He was, what was he at? He was at a point on the other match, but tougher match. But Ghosty looking as good as he does, to me, changes the complexion of that Gentlemates team, because I think when we look at the team, we think like Neptune, Sib are kind of like their pop-off stars. Envoy, you know Envoy, he's the team player, he's Mr. Consistent, he's a leader. He'll have his pop-off moments, but I'm not expecting him to be like the superstar in terms of numbers for that team. I expect Sib in the AR category, and then I expect Neptune in the sub category. I expect Envoy and Ghosty to be, the steady, consistent, just really good players. If Ghosty's popping off for 1.4, 1.5s and just really slaying out like he did, that changes the complexion of this team. Because, like, if Ghosty and Envoy can have one of their years where they're on a really good slaying pace, like, this team can slay with anyone. Our next match, last match of Saturday, G2 Minnesota get the 3-2 win over Cloud9. I really enjoyed this match simply for the fact that, I mean, it was a Neslo, a dirty, dirty Neslo from the side of G2. I personally really enjoyed this match because I saw two teams that are good for the league because I think they're going to play a decent amount of competitive matches this year. Like Cloud9 is very much surprising me in the fact that they're a competent team more than I thought they would be. Um, Afro looks awesome. This looks like a game for Afro. He was just playing
He's
super
back.
fast, like playing really well. Mac looked really great. I saw a lot of good flashes from Mac. Beans was exactly what I kind of think he is, and Vivid was Vivid, dealing
Yep.
damage, 0.9, playing his role. So they're going to be a team that I don't think they're going to win a ton of matches, but I think they're going to have a lot of competitive 3-1s and 3-2s and stuff like that, and they'll squeak out some matches here and there. The talking point on this one, we saw the ceiling of Kremp and Estriel, in my opinion. Like, those two were frying, Kremp especially. And I like Mamba a lot. I think these rookies that were like super highly touted, like I see the vision with them. Mamba, I think Mamba is a really good player. I think this guy is a year or two away from when he's a free agent to being on like a top 4 or 5 team. I think he's going to get to that point. I like Mamba a lot, but Kremp, Estriel, it was their series. Those two, I mean, I'm clicking through the maps here. Those two were just popping off. Kremp had 11 in the map 5. Those two were just absolutely popping off. I mean, what is like 221 combined kills for those two?
Yeah.
We saw the ceiling of them, and that's where G2 gets dangerous. If they want to do anything, it's going to be Kremp and Estriel having these kind of series.
Agree.
Yeah, I mean, there was something I wanted to mention. I forgot what it was going to be, but there was something I wanted to mention to Brad about the Estriel Kremp duo. No, I can't remember what I was going to say. I mean, Estriel was popping off. I like to see that out of him, but I think my only concern is I do think this is like the ceiling for those two. Like, I don't think they can play much better, and it took him 5 maps to beat Cloud9. That's my only concern. Nothing against Cloud9, but I think everybody would agree they're kind of a bottom half of the league team.
Yeah.
So that is a little concerning to me, but we'll carry on to Sunday where we had Falcons versus Thieves. Falcons get a close map 1 win with Xnid making some big plays, popping off with almost a 40 bomb. And then they just instantly get 6-0'd. I heard like a comms video of them just getting their vibes absolutely killed. And then they just got kind of rolled in the overload, and then they lose 250 to 207 on the exposure hardpoint for a 3-1 for Thieves. Again, Thieves, you'd like to see them 3-0. Falcons, they should be able to outclass a team like Falcons and 3-0 them pretty consistently, but nice to see them bounce back. It was Scrap leading the way with a 1.1, Kenny with a 1.06, and I thought the interview with Kenny after the match was a really good insight, with Kenny kind of saying like he had to get his confidence back this offseason, kind of get his mental right. Obviously, we know last year was not an ideal year for him, his worst year individually of his career. And it was interesting to hear him talk about like he got to get his mental right, and like he's like, I've been just hanging out with my team a lot, because he was like, it's kind of people that don't have a lot of history together. Like obviously Scrap and Hydra played their first season together last year, but like Abeezy and Kenny have never teamed. Abeezy's never teamed with any of these guys. Like besides Scrap and Hydra, the teaming for 1 year, they don't have any history playing together, and I don't think they really moved in the same circles too much. So he's like, I just think it's important, team camaraderie. He was like, I think teamwork is king always. Like teamwork is the most important thing. And they've just been hanging out a lot. I think it was good to hear that, like, because I think, for a player in anything, whether it's esports, sports, whatever, confidence is a big thing. Like, even if you're not the best player, believing you're the best player in your head can just make you play that much better. Like, whether it's a sport, it's a esport, like it doesn't matter what, really anything in life. Like, just having the confidence in yourself and believing that you are the best, or like you're going to be the best version of yourself, is a big factor in how good you're going to play. So I think that was a good insight to hear, and like kind of something a lot of these players go through, because like you just think like, oh yeah, they're playing COD, like whatever, but like at the end of the day, it's a competitive thing that they're doing at the top of the top level. Like if you don't have confidence, it's going to be hard to perform at the best of your abilities.
You're second guessing yourself a lot.
And at that level, you can't. You second guess yourself for half a second, and the play's gone. Like the right play is gone. You can't make it anymore. Like everything's
Mhm.
moving too fast to be second guessing yourself. Like you second guess like your ability to chow something, you kind of hesitate on the chow, the guy gets to jump on you, you make him one shot instead of killing him. Like a lot of things can happen, but Falcons again, Kismet he just doesn't look comfortable. That's my thought for the Falcons and Thieves. Like good to see him clean some things up and get a couple wins on the board this weekend because they were looking a little shaky in preseason stuff for what we thought they'd be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tough weekend for the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of said this coming in just because like the Falcons play Optic Thieves. Like, what a tough
Yeah.
way to start. Like, you're
Mhm.
already at a disadvantage. I guess one of the most interesting results from the weekend was the second to last match of the weekend, and that was Gentlemates versus FaZe. Kind of a series I would think we all thought Gentlemates were going to take. Just FaZe looks a little shaky, look like they need to mesh a little more, especially if they get 3-0'd in the first match. Gentlemates, again, like we've said, they look like a top 2 team right now. And a Neslo comes through for the side of FaZe. Again, Simp just continues his tear. Simp in 04, the sub duo was awesome. And this one, Abuza was great, Brad.
Nope.
And on the side of Gentlemates, Slaying just necessarily wasn't there. Neptune, again, continues to look really, really good. He dominates that map 1. And then, FaZe obviously hit him with the Neslo. Good to see FaZe win in that way because I do think this is a team that should be really good at S&D.
Yep.
But man, if Simp's going to continue to play like this, like if Simp can continue this level of play as they all mesh, they're a scary team because Simp is looking like an early favorite for MVP right now.
Mhm.
He's just awesome.
He's him.
Yeah,
He's him.
he is one of the greatest of all time. One of the few players that still has the case that he could take over the GOAT spot.
Yep.
I said like a team that I would like buy stock in to potentially raise from where they are now is Carolina. I'm buying all the stock in FaZe. People are still slightly like questioning them. I was buying all the stock in them after the Thieves match. I'm buying all the stock in FaZe. I feel like this is a team that is going to rise. Like Simp even said in his interview, like he likes where he thinks they're going to be at come end of season. Like I have a lot of faith in this FaZe team to be a top 4 team through and through.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with that statement.
Brad, thoughts on this match?
Not as long as they have Abuza, they won't be.
Yeah. We're gonna.
No,
we need a booze on the
this
show
man-
sometime. Surprise, Brad. He's gonna pop in the show.
No,
That'd be so funny.
don't do that. Don't do that to me. No, I thought this match. Honestly, this was probably my favorite match to watch over the whole weekend. I mean, when Gentlemates won it and pretty handily won the map 1, I have obviously as a FaZe hater, was like, yeah, they're cooked. And then they looked really good on the search. Simp, some of the plays that he makes in Search and Destroy is just like this guy is.
He's up there for S&D.
He's just built different. Yeah, he's so good. And then the Overload. Honestly, I expected Gentlemates to fight back a little bit more on the Overload because they looked really good on it before, and I don't know, and like watching the preseason stuff, they looked really good. But I mean, maybe Vegas just scrimmed it a little bit more. It's so weird calling them Vegas, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, but I mean, Gentlemates look so good on the hard point. I think this is just a good series. I think both teams are going to be going at it head the whole year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these two teams. Obviously, like you said, Vegas has a lot of room to grow. Obviously, I mean, they're looking really good now, and I can't imagine once they get a little bit more practice with Simp. I mean, these two teams, I can see them finishing top 4, both of them.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, like, I mean, it is kind of funny also. You said something that's weird to call them Vegas. It's funny because every time we've had Vegas or Paris in the league, they've been an abysmal team. Like the Vegas Falcons and Vegas Legion and then the Paris Legion.
Hey.
Like, they're all have been bad. Just bad teams. It's kind of funny that Vegas and Paris are now like, these are top 4 teams.
Yeah.
But I will
That
say,
is true to think about.
yeah, one thing I think about this FaZe team that I really like is the speed they can play at. And that's why I like them moving forward as the game speeds up. Because, like, again, like, they're nothing against Celium. Celium is an awesome player. He's an MVP. Abuza can speed it up more than Celium can. 04 can speed it up at a similar pace. It can play as fast as a BZ at times. Obviously, again, I'm not saying 04 is a BZ's level, but he can play with that speed. Simp
Yep.
is the same player, and Draza, obviously, we know is an extremely fast flex. Like, it's typically one of the faster flexes we have. So I really like this team's ability to really, really play fast. And I think the players are smart enough to slow it down at times when they need to. I just really like the pace this team can play at. I think they're going to be a really good team as they mesh at mixing up paces while staying on the same page. I really like this FaZe team. I'm at the point where I'm ready to say something crazy about them, but I'm going to wait at least a week until I see it play one more match.
Just
I don't
say
want to hear it, Ryan. I don't want to hear it.
I got my eyes. I'm the little eye emoji, like the side. I'm that little emoji of the guy just like side eyeing. Yeah, that what Brad's doing. I'm that right now, and I'm like I'm staring at Major 3 and 4, and I'm like thinking like, FaZe, are they gonna grab one of those two? I'm thinking it. I'm thinking
That's
it right
Miami.
now. I'm thinking, and I know they didn't look like amazing. They went 1-1 this weekend. They lost to Thieves, but I don't know. I'm thinking like. I think this team is really going to mesh, and I think like Draza has looked rough. I know he was like really, really sick. I don't know if he still is, but I don't think Draza is going to drop 0.7s all year. I just don't think so.
No.
Like,
There's no way.
Hard to believe he will do that.
and I think that team has one of the highest S&D floors in the league. Which,
Yep.
whenever you have such a high floor in a game mode like S&D, like it instantly makes you such a tough out because you know that team is going to be so. If that team can just force a game 5, they're going to be hard to put away.
Mhm.
Like all they have to do is get to a game 5, and I like their chances to win more game 5s than they lose. Like I think FaZe is gonna win more game 5s than not. I think they're gonna be a top 2 or 3 S&D team, like which already gives you such a high floor.
Yeah.
Then our last match of the weekend, Optic versus Minnesota. Minnesota made this respectable. They win the map 1. It gets a little hairy for Optic in the search, but Optic is able to win those 2 and then kind of just runs them in the map 4. Exposure. Dashy with a pop-off series. Mercules, he's just Mercules. But I think we've talked enough about the teams. I mean, Optic is Optic. They're probably the best team in the game right now. And Minnesota, you know, despite it's a red carpet for them here, but like they're a competitive team. Like
Yeah.
Minnesota, they're a solid team. I see them fighting for a spot at champs. Only concern right now is Sky's had a little bit of a rough weekend. But I expect him to pick it up. He looked pretty good in some of the preseason tournaments.
Did you guys see the clip of shottzyy? Like as soon as the hard point happened, like popped, like the first thing that happened from shottzyy was that he took Sky's hostage.
Yeah.
And Zinni was immediately like, "Oh, Bueno's checked the whole rest of the map."
And then he kind of did pretty well.
Yeah, and then he did, and he's like, maybe not. And then what was the clip? What was that? I think that was no, it was Den, the where shottzyy. I think it was the overload. I think it was the overload where shottzyy was like, he got behind a guy. Was it Skies again? Where he got behind him and then he like went forward and then he creeped behind him and got him. Assassinated him.
Yeah, I don't think it was Skies, but yeah, I want to pull that up because I remember Skies did have a really good map 1. After that initial assassination, they were saying like, "Oh no, he's chalk for the map." Like shottzyy got him. shottzyy ended up finishing the map 19-31. Skies went 30-20. So actually, it was the exact opposite. It woke Skies up, gave him the adrenaline. But yeah, it was a fun weekend of matches. This is a really good watch. This game's a good watch. I'm really excited. Brock, unfortunately, out of the country, was not able to save his picks for week 1. I should have had him do it before I forgot. But I think I
fumbled the bag.
Yeah, I think I beat Brad by 1 point.
If the points added correctly, I think I would have beat you.
I don't think so because we had all the same teams.
The Thieves Falcons, I would have gotten double points because I got the map count right.
So did I. And also, I got the on the other double points match, Miami Toronto. I got the map count right there as well.
Oh yeah, I would have been cooked then.
And then the other double points, I didn't get the map count right, but I got the team right. Because I think Brad and I picked the same team for every match, Brock. And then the 2 we got wrong was we both picked Carolina over Boston, and we both picked Gentlemates over FaZe. Those were the 2 we got wrong. But opening weekend, we went 7 for 9. Pretty solid in terms of team picks.
Solid. Pretty good.
We were talking about this, Brock. Last week we were mind blown at Boston's stage. I picked it last week. I said they're going 5-2, and then getting like first rounded or something again. My prediction, because Boston, listen to this stage. You mean Falcon stage, how brutal it was to start? Listen to Boston stage. They got Carolina in week 1.
Mhm.
This week, they get Minnesota and Falcons. Then, week 3, they get Surge. Week 4, they get Miami and Cloud9.
What the?
And then the final week, they get LAT. So they literally play like every one of the 7 through 12 teams, basically, and then they get to play LAT at the end. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, what?
That's a crazy schedule.
I was like,
for the
they
first
got a crazy,
major.
like, they have a chance to start out with like a really hot start just off the fact that like they got a pretty good, like, favorable schedule.
Yeah.
We got a nice slate of matches this weekend though. And it looks like the little flames are there, so you have your 2 double points. You can throw them on something. I like the matches this week because I feel like we have a lot of teams who are kind of at the same level playing each other. And at this time of year, I kind of like to see like measuring stick. Like I don't know, like I think these teams are in the 7 to 9 range. Let's see them play to kind of see where they stack up right now. For example, like Carolina and Falcons is our opening match. Those are 2 teams that I feel like are in that 8 to 12 range right now, 9 to 12 range. Like, and I kind of want to see where they stack up against each other. I liked what I saw more from Carolina, and until I made that prediction that Falcons are going to make a rule change before Major 1 in like our bold predictions, until Kismet is moved on to the sub, I am going to have a hard time picking Falcons. I like Carolina to win this opening match against Falcons. I'm going to give Falcons a map. I think it's going to be 3-1. And 60.5% of people disagree with me and are picking the Falcons. Probably just the names on the roster. Brad's picking him too. I can see by his face.
That's so insulting. I picked Falcons 3-1.
I mean, it's definitely not a crazy pick. It's a toss-up match. It's not like Falcons are a crazy pick.
Right.
I think I'll take Carolina 3-2.
Going against
I have
Brad.
to separate myself from you guys with this pick.
That's the first match we picked differently. Because last week we picked all the same matches. There's a lot of toss-up matches though. I feel like last week, like looking at the matches as we knew the teams going in, like you weren't picking Falcons over Optic. You probably weren't picking FaZe over Thieves. Ultra over Miami, I feel like was pretty safe just given Miami's lack of practice. You definitely weren't picking Surge over Gentlemates. Cloud9, Minnesota was kind of a toss-up match. Probably everybody was picking Minnesota just based on how they looked. You weren't picking Falcons over Thieves. Most people were probably picking Gentlemates over FaZe. That was an upset. And then you weren't picking G2 over Optic. So they were pretty straightforward matches that first week. But our second match, it's G2 versus Boston. Am I going to continue my trend of picking against them? I am. 3-2 Minnesota. 51.7% on Minnesota. So basically a toss-up. The community thinks.
Yeah.
Dude, these teams, I know these are different rosters, but the last 5 matches, they've gone to a game 5.
3-2, 3-2, 3-2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everything's just 3-2.
I got Minnesota 3-1, not 3-2 this time.
Brad?
Oh, I went Minnesota 3-2.
Yeah.
Same as you.
I feel like this is a match where I don't know. Like Minnesota just looks so good right now. Boston looks solid, but I feel like Minnesota is kind of that early season dark horse team right now, where we're all kind of like, this is a solid team, and they definitely, unfortunately, are one of those top candidates for that being that like Carolina from last year. There's always a team or two that do that. They're definitely on that list just because of what the team makeup looks like. But they've got my interest peaked. Minnesota, they could be a spoiler type of team that could sneak out decent placements based on how they look right now if they're able to continue it. Our double points match, man, Surge get another tough match here. They have to play Toronto Koi, who are probably one of our top few teams, and I just don't see a world where Surge are able to do much in this one. I'm going to take Toronto 3-0, as is 86% of the community, but I just want to see Surge continuing to improve, but I think it's a pretty tough spot for them. I just don't see a world where they're able to beat Toronto. Rock, where are you going?
Like that. I got the same thing. 3-0.
3-0.
Toronto, Joe DeCeves.
Yeah, your boy.
I also have a 3-0 Toronto.
Okay. I mean, I feel like that was pretty chalk. The next one I'll be interested to see because this is another one of those toss-up matches. We got
Good
Gentlemates
teams.
versus Thieves. I was just thinking about this. Thieves have got to be hyped that they're no longer the Gorillas. Thieves had a mental block against Gorillas. Remember
They
that?
did.
Like LAT was always
No
one of the
matter
worst
what.
teams. LAT typically one of the best. And LAT just couldn't beat them. They just literally never would beat them.
That
Um,
I remember that.
Brock, this is like the first time we've really asked the question since the rebrand because you were gone. But how do you feel? LAG no longer in the league. Are you a Paris Gentlemates fan? Do you have to continue the fandom, or are you switching? Are you switching teams?
I don't know. I think I have to stay since they're pretty good.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. They're finally good, and you just abandon them.
God.
Uh,
Burn the jersey, Brock.
I
No.
oh, if
I
we're
put
at
that jersey
chances
in the
here, Brock
rafters.
will be rocking the LAG jersey every day if we're at chances here.
That is so true.
Um, this is a tough one though. I feel like Gentlemates are probably the favorite right now. Although Thieves are the 2-0 team. I don't know. I
This
feel
is a
like.
tough one to
What do you
pick.
think the community picks? I bet you they have like Gentlemates by 52% to Thieves, so almost a toss up. I'll start. I got Thieves in a game 5. Stick it with my boy Kenny. This is my team for the year.
I got thieves also in the game 5.
Okay.
This is right. This is your team for the year. You're cheering for Scrap. Ew.
Scrap.
I have the Gentlemates in the 3-2, winning a game 5.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the pick. For I don't know. I thought it would be for the majority of the community, but technically a slight majority of the community is picking Thieves right now. Which I can't even say is like maybe brand related because Gentlemates is a massive brand. Like they're going crazy.
Mhm.
I also didn't realize this. I knew that they were kind of big, but Koi is like a massive brand, I believe, in Spain. Like
Uh-huh.
they had apparently some huge watch parties for them. Like so that might be a thing to watch out for too in terms of like a really big fan base this year, kind of fighting because I guess that is a massive, massive, massive fan base. I did not realize that because I don't know. I
Same.
don't watch a ton of like I watch a ton of like gaming content outside of like the CDL. Like I'm usually not consuming a ton of like just like I don't know. I'm just not consuming a lot of like gaming YouTube videos or streams. It's basically just like CDL for me.
Yeah.
So like some of these like like Gentlemates, like I know Gotaga. I had no idea he had an org that was this big until they got in the CDL. Just because like I don't watch a ton of the esports either. I'm kind of just COD. Like
Yeah.
I'll tune in for like big events for Valorant or something every once in a while, but like Halo every once in a while. But for the most part, I just am COD. So like kind of oblivious to some of those big orgs like that. Brad, you're going to war with the Green Wall this weekend on Saturday. Optic
Wrap it
versus
up.
Miami. I think Optic's gonna. I'm gonna give Heretics a map because of the Florida curse against Optic. But Optic, I think, just on the Miami lack of practice, Optic's the better team. I just think they take it. 95.8% of people agree. The funny part is, Heretics last 4 matches they have beat Optic. They tend to just Miami and just Florida in general just tends to have Optic's number for whatever reason. But I like Optic to win this one.
Dave Patty, man.
Dave Patty,
The
legend,
goat.
legend.
I got Optic 3-0.
Damn. I have Optic winning 3-1.
I thought he was about to say, yeah, I have Optic 3-0. I thought he was about to say, damn, and just go, yeah, I got Optic 3-0. See, again, like this last match on Saturday, a lot of people would look at it and be like, ugh, like probably 2 of our bottom teams. Again, early in the year, I don't mind these matches because I want to see Surge. Right now, you're a bottom team, but like this is a team you could potentially get an early season win off. And to me, like this is a match that could become really important for Surge's champs hopes because like I expect them to lose to Toronto. I expect them, to fall to what is it, 0-2 or 0-3? I forget. It would be 0-2. I expect them to lose to Toronto, But this is a match where it's like, Surge, you're hoping for the team you build to make a late season push. Like you improve, and then like by major 3, maybe you go on a couple nice runs and make champs. But like the matches that are winnable early, if you can just like steal a couple to not get yourself so far behind, it can go a long way for their champs hopes. I don't think they're gonna get done, however. I think it's gonna go to a game 5, but I think Cloud9 take it. I just think they're a little more polished, a lot of veterans on the team. I think they're just gonna be able to, through experience and just outplay Vancouver a little bit in terms of little in-game adjustments. I think they win 3-2. Actually, I'm changing 3-1.
Like 3-2, Cloud9.
That's what you're going with,
Yep.
Brad? Not in agreement.
I have a lot of faith in Vancouver. I think they're going to be really good in the future. But I like the word that you use a lot. C9 is just a lot more polished at this point.
Yeah.
I have C9 with a 3-0, but I
Okay.
want to see growth from Surge week by week because it's a very young team. I believe that they have the talent to do so, but I just need to see more. I think they should be able to take a step forward against C9, and I think it should be a very competitive series
Yeah.
per map. But I have C9 winning 3-0.
I hope they don't bail on the team.
Yeah,
Talking about Surge here, I hope they don't bail on the team too early, unless it just is like so obvious that they're not going to improve after like a month. Unless it's like after stage 1, unless it's so obvious that it is just chalked and they're never going to improve. Like, okay, then you can make a move, but I hope they don't like bail super early because like again, like when you were signing Legend who had never played COD before, and Abe who's first into the league is now, and then Lunars who barely has been in the league. Gwyn obviously has a little more experience, but even he is a pretty new player to the league. Like
yeah.
when you were signing this roster, it was a long-term project. Like bailing on it after a month would make no sense because then you may as well not sign the roster. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you, if you were going to bail on a project team after a month, then why'd you sign the team? You might as well have just gone for veterans. You might have gotten you might as well have gotten the Cloud9 roster. You know, like
Mhm.
at that point.
I think I'd be shocked if they did bail on it really early, just because I mean they let their highly competitive, really successful team walk.
Yeah,
I obviously that shows me that they're not willing to spend. And so they obviously got a bunch of I mean Gwen's probably the most expensive. Actually, do you think Legend was the most expensive player? Either way,
mm,
I
any of
don't
them.
think that they're gonna bail on this just because of we don't want to pay anybody else. We have this young talent. Let's just see how they do. And I think they're gonna give them a very long leash.
I was thinking about Cloud9's roster. I thought of beans, and it made me think of snipers. I forgot. I don't know if Brock saw the update. Brock, do you know how the snipers work? Did you see like the whole rule set with them?
Wasn't it? Wasn't like something like you can only use it 2 rounds or
Yeah.
something?
So it's Val. It's a little bit Val like. You've got some experience playing Val. It's a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
Val or CS like in a way, not fully, but so you can currently use it for 2 rounds. But I guess that's a bad way to word it. Not 2 rounds, 2 lives. So let's say Beans pulls out the snipe in round 1. He gets 2 kills and he stays alive to end the round, win or lose, as long as he doesn't die. It's like protect the op. As long as he doesn't die, it doesn't count as a
Mhm.
round. It only counts as if
Yeah.
you die. Win or lose, doesn't matter. You could lose the round, but if you didn't die with the snipe, then you can still use it. Once you die twice with the snipe, you can't pull it out the rest of the game. And it's only 1 player. It's not 2 lives per player. Like your
Right.
designated sniper, like Beans, he can pull it out twice. Once he dies twice with it out, or like with his sniper class, it's over. He can't use it the rest of the game. So it's kind of like it's one of those situations where it's like sometimes a sniper will over chow at the end of the round, just try to get a pick or something. But like if he's left in a 1v3 with 20 seconds left and he's got to defuse the bomb and he has a snipe, you know what I mean? He may just play his life instead,
Yeah.
just so he doesn't waste that round. I kind of like it. It adds a little bit of a wrinkle of strategy. Because I mean, the snipes are with the aim assist and these pros, like they're pretty damn good. But it's a good happy medium, but we still get to see snipers, which I like.
Yeah.
And I thought I did see mentioned that if Maddox, the GOAT, like, man, shout out to Maddox. He's the greatest developer of all time for competitive. Like, this guy is just, he's doing, anytime the pros want to do something, he's like, yeah, we can test it out. We can look into that. It's just like, shout out to a developer that actually cares about the comp community.
Truth.
Maddox is the GOAT, but I saw Hitch tweet at him trying to get him on around the bar. I really hope he does because I'd like to hear, like, kind of his thoughts from a developer's perspective on comp. I think that'd be really interesting to hear. We never hear that. Besides Vonderhaar,
Yeah.
like a little bit. Um, but I think from what I heard, the pros, if aim assist is able to be removed in custom games on snipers, snipers will be able to be used full time. Is the thought? Because Maddox was
I
saying
mean, yeah.
they're exploring a setting, and they already had the idea before the game. They're exploring a setting where you could turn off aim assist for snipers in private match, which I'm assuming then they could convert that to ranked play. which would be amazing. Then you could see snipers full time. It'd be awesome.
Hmm.
I think
That'd be great.
I know all three of us on here will agree. We want snipers in S&D. Just they're
Yes.
just more fun.
100%.
It's fun.
Yep.
All right, moving on to our last day of matches, Sunday. Breach Falcons. Breach fans, I'm gonna pick your team. You don't have to fight me in the comments anymore. I got 3-1 Breach. 61.8%
Really?
also on the Breach. Yeah, I got Breach over the Falcons. Falcons just until they make a role change, I just can't. The Breach are just like that team that they're just solid. I don't see them beating any top teams, but this is definitely a spot where Falcons could get their first win. Their roles just, man, it just looks, I don't know. I got Breach 3-1.
Same here. And I put a double points boost on it.
Really? That's surprising to me that you put a double points boost on it. I didn't see any matches I loved for a double points this weekend. Just because, like, obviously there's already double. I would have definitely put it on Toronto versus Surge, but that's already a double points match, so you can't. I don't think any other matches on Friday I feel confident enough. I definitely don't feel confident enough in any of the matches on Saturday. And then the 2 on Sunday, I don't feel great about either. I think I'm saving my double points for the other weeks.
Yeah.
But you got Breach 3-1 as well. Brad, are you on the same page?
No,
You
not
got
at
Falcons?
all. Yeah, I have Boston. I think they're going to take the map 1 hardpoint just because, I mean, I think Boston looks phenomenal on hardpoint, and I think their subs will kind of figure out as well. But then I have the Falcons rattling off 3 straight maps. I think the Falcons are going to win 3-1.
So you have the Falcons bouncing back with a 2-0 weekend.
Yes, I do. It'd be really good for my standings, you know.
Brock, if we figure out Brad's gonna lose, we gotta make the forfeit crazy.
No. 24 hours at IHOP, I guess.
Dude, I feel like that challenge is harder than you think. I feel like that challenge is harder than you think.
Have you seen me eat pancakes?
That's true. Dude, there was one time when we were playing like ranked.
No,
we were playing
don't tell
zombies.
this.
Dude, Brad had a Topper's pizza. It must have been the biggest. I think he was drunk, to be fair. But
I was.
Brad had a Topper's pizza, and I swear that had to be the biggest Topper's pizza of all time because I think he was eating it for 4 hours straight. Just one single pizza.
It was a deal for pizza and Topper sticks.
I mean, respect for those of you that have had Toppers. Topper sticks might be Brock's like favorite food. He loves that shit. Every time I've ever been drinking with Brock, I think once he gets past 2 drinks, the words "we gotta order Topper sticks" or "let's order Topper sticks" have come out of his mouth every single time he's ever had like 2 drinks.
You're not wrong. It's just so good.
That's Brock's go-to if he's ever drinking. He's like, "Give me Topper sticks." Is Toppers like national?
Yeah, there was one in Indiana. There's one in Kansas. Yeah, well, I don't know about international, but I'm pretty sure it's all.
Because like I lived across the street. Brock was there once. I lived in college. My junior year, I lived across the street from a Topper's Taco Bell combined building.
Yeah, I lived right next to that, next to it my senior year.
Yeah, so that I feel like Topper's is a pretty like Wisconsin thing. I don't know if it's like all the way across the country. I feel like it might be like Midwest. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like it might be like a Midwest chain. But yeah, that Brad was going to town that night.
Toppers. Now I kind of want some Toppers.
Rock's over Toppers for dinner.
I might order Toppers for dinners.
Dude, it's pretty good.
That's good.
Okay, Brad, your team's up next. Cloud9, Miami. I think Miami finally gets on the board here in a game 5. I just think it's going to be. I think Miami's match is just going to be a little more sloppy right now as they clean up and practice more.
Yeah.
Wow. 66% of the community on Miami. I kind of expect that to be more split just because Miami didn't look great. And like a lot of people that aren't following as closely might just be like, yeah, Miami's just not good this year, you know? I like Miami in a 3-2. I just think their matches are just going to be a little tougher as they figure things out. Brad, you picking your boys?
Of course. Come on now. Double points it. Come on. Miami. We were talking about C9 being more polished than Vancouver. Get that shit out of here. Give me Miami 3-0. Doesn't matter about polish. Miami's going to wipe the floor. It's over for C9. Their confidence is going to be demolished. Miami's going to dominate. Mark my words. 3-0.
Brock, you same page?
Sorry, I'm left from what Brad just said. Very passionate out of Brad.
I gotta be, man. I put double
I
points.
got called 9-3-0. No, I'm
Oh,
just
okay,
kidding. I'm just
dude.
kidding. I am Miami in a game 5.
Okay, same as me. And then our double point match, final match of the weekend, FaZe versus Toronto. This is an interesting one because I feel like Toronto, like going back up to their match from this past weekend, like they played a Miami team who, again, Miami, I think at a point this year is going to be a good team, but like right now they're a little bit behind just based on practice. So I don't feel like Miami is more of a bottom half of the league team currently as they stand, just because they have a lack of practice. And the fact that it took Toronto, a team who's been able to practice all year and who we think should be a really good team, to 5 maps to beat them, I feel like Toronto didn't look as good as I wanted them to look. And FaZe had a really weird first weekend. Like they lost 3-0 to Thieves. Granted, it was very competitive maps, and they took out Gentlemen, who looked like a top 2 team going into that match. So they're 2 weird teams to read. Like FaZe had their struggles, but also had a really good win. And Toronto, like, I think they're a good team. I think they're going to be 2-0 coming into this match. I don't see them losing to Surge. But man, I don't know. Like this is a weird. I don't. These teams are neither of them are what I want them to be right now. So I don't know who to pick. I'm gonna go with the team that I just think overall is the better team currently, that I just have more faith in, and that's FaZe in a game 5. Like FaZe in a game 5 over Toronto. Does the
I
community
have
agree?
FaZe.
72% FaZe. That's shocking to me. I feel like that's disrespectful.
Whoa.
This should be more of a 50-50, I think. Like,
72.
yeah, that's crazy.
I would think more 50-50 as well.
Yeah, maybe
I do have
55% FaZe or something.
Yeah. And FaZe usually has Toronto's number.
Yeah, it's so different now without the trio, though. I feel like we have to throw all those FaZe stats out the
It
window.
is.
Because I remember that our boy PD put in the comments. For some reason, I always thought Toronto kind of was close to FaZe, and then he put that stat in there where like basically they've had a lot of close series, but FaZe wins it like every time. There's a stretch there where FaZe won it like literally every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FaZe still got Simp, so.
Yeah, they still got that guy.
Yeah.
I
have FaZe in a 3-1. I do want to touch on. I think Miami, Toronto. I do think Toronto's the better team right now, but hey, bad blood can do wonders for a competitive scene. Yeah, I think that Miami was just like smelling blood in the water. Like, they took Real from us. Oh, even though you just let them walk. Oh, but anyways, I think FaZe is a better team right now than Toronto. I think Toronto can get there. And honestly, like the pace that this team can play at, I think that they could kind of shock FaZe. So I wouldn't be surprised if Toronto can pull this out. But I have FaZe winning in a 3-1 fashion.
Okay. So all on FaZe there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. I mean, we had some different picks this weekend. It's about time. Unfortunately, that's gonna be our
Come on, Falcons.
Jesus. That's gonna be our last set of matches until after the holiday. It makes sense to give the players a little break for the holiday. Also, kind of works out for me because I'm on vacation all of Christmas week. So it's kind of nice because I won't, when I'm gone, I won't miss any matches or miss any tournaments or anything. I had like 2 vacations planned last year so far ahead of time. They both landed on tournament weekends. I missed like EWC and I missed like major 2 or 3, I can't remember, but I had like vacations away planned out and I missed like multiple. That's happened to me, I think 2 or 3 years in a row where we plan on our vacations and stuff, and then a tournament happens to fall on the same weekend. Like every time, and it's like, this is crazy. Like there's 4 tournaments a year, 4 weekends a year, and somehow my vacations always line up with them. But I won't miss this one. We'll be here because what is the event? The final week of matches for this is January 25th. So like that last weekend of January / early February would be major. Like that's like Super Bowl weekend almost, or close to it.
Yeah.
It'd be like that'd be a good Sunday. COD Champ Sunday rolls into the Super Bowl. That'd be a fun Sunday.
That'd be an awesome Sunday.
What is that? Let me look at the dates on this. So Major 1 goes till February 1st. So it must be like January 30th, 31st, February 1st. What is the Super Bowl? It must be the week after that,
I'm
actually.
looking it up right now.
It must be the week after that, I think. Yeah, February 8th. It's the week after.
You pull it up like that? I tried finding it and I couldn't find it.
It is the week after because it used to be like the first weekend. Now I think with the extra game, it's pushed back a week. I was like, damn, that would be a really fun Sunday. Like you watch the COD finals and it just rolls into the Super Bowl. That'd be a fun Sunday.
Yeah.
But no, should be able to watch that tournament. Maybe if we get the time that could be a weekend. We do a little watch party or something on Sunday. Would be fun to do. But I got nothing else. If you guys are ready to wrap it up.
No, I don't got much besides excited to watch some COD this weekend.
Yeah, it's one thing I'll say too. I mean, obviously the delays sucked. There was big delays this weekend, Brock. You didn't miss out on that on Friday. The weekend was pretty cleaned up, but Friday there was the Boston match. There was I swear the delay was like 5 hours. I think it was actually like over an hour, but it was insane.
Dang.
I will say one thing I kind of like about Overload, the series, like the map 3 goes a lot quicker than a long control. Like an Overload map can fly by. If a team blows somebody out, an Overload map can just go by really, really quickly. They got to fix this round 1 glitch and search and destroy though. It's still in the game.
Yeah.
It is brutal. It makes
That's
that
crazy.
Also the kill
I was
thing.
mind
The kill
blown
thing's so
that
weird.
The kill thing. What kill thing?
Like when it happens when we play 8s too. Like if you get the first blood in S&D, it doesn't show up on the scoreboard.
Oh,
and even in Hardpoint, the first few kills just don't show up on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
so
it's weird.
It's messing with stats and everything. Yeah.
I was mind blown that the search and destroy glitch was in the CDL. I thought it was just an us our custom lobby kind of thing. But
I gotta tell
I
you,
saw it in. Oh God. What is it?
Oh, this was funny because we were playing 8s last night. We played standoff, and Brock and I were on separate teams, and we were like, "This is just Unk and Unk taking over on the BO2 map, like it's 2012." Because Brock and I both dropped 15 on the standoff S&D, and we were on opposite teams. And I literally, for those of you that are BO2 players, I was on the heady outside P2.
Why you gotta expose me like this, man?
P2? Brock, what's P2 on standoff? Why am I blanking right now? There's that P4.
Dude.
Which the building that has the staircase that goes up with the long corridor that looks over middle behind the tank, is that P2 or P4? Why am I blanking right now?
I think it's P2.
Or is P2 the building that goes with the staircase? With small room? Okay, so then it's P4.
Okay.
That I'm talking about. P4 with the long hallway that looks over mid.
Yep.
So that hardpoint outside, there's that insane box heady that was crazy in BO2. I was just sitting on the heady in the opening round, and Brad sprinted out on that A bomb over there, and I killed him. And I heard him in game chat go, "What is the heady?" And I was like, "That's hilarious," because it's funny because it's Brad has barely ever played that map, but that's so hilarious because anybody that played BO2 knows that was one of the most broken headies in the whole game. It's easier to rip off in this game, but in BO2, Brad, I swear you could you got no aim assist on that heady, and the guy, you only saw the top of his head. It was the craziest heady in BO2. That's why it was hilarious when you turned the corner and you didn't know about that heady, because I have nightmares of that heady from when I was 12 playing that game.
That's so fags.
But that scoreboard glitches, they gotta fix that.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Just it messes with the stats. I feel bad for the people that have to input the stats on any betting app or Breaking Point, because you guys gotta go count the kills in the beginning of the game. But what I was gonna say is, Brad's how is this still a glitch in the CDL? And I was like, oh buddy, let me teach you about the ghost bomb glitch. The ghost bomb glitch where you could you could see, I can't remember, you could see where the bomb was on the map, or you could see when somebody was defusing if you looked a certain way. It was really weird. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was crazy. And it was in the game for a long time.
Remember the Vanguard S&D glitch?
Was it?
Where it's
could you hear the bomb?
Yeah.
You could hear him cranking the bomb?
Yeah.
You can hear him crank the bomb.
The comms were he's cranking it!
Yeah. I remember on Boat Cage, that little site that was on the platform.
With the broken wall.
Yeah, where on the not the side of the map where like that like windmill was, but the other side of the map where it's like the open
Oh,
field
yeah.
where P2 was.
Yeah, where like tank is.
Yeah, or by the tank of that platform where the bomb site was. I remember you'd be like sitting in a corner, like inside, and yeah, we would be playing GBs and we would just scream, "He's cranking it!" And then we would like turn the corner and kill him because you could literally hear the person like because there was that weird like knob on the bomb that
Yeah.
they would like wind up to plant or defuse.
Mhm.
You couldn't you sound the defuse too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
You
you
could do
could.
both.
Yeah. It's crazy how we have like in not every game, but it's crazy how we have like uh kind of a like weird glitch every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's it though. Kind of fun memory lane stuff. But it will be very fun to watch matches this week. And then we got a little break. We'll figure out something, probably like kind of update our power rankings and stuff. That's gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. Hope you guys enjoyed watching COD this weekend, and we'll see you guys next week after another set of matches.